essential to understand how this stress affects us and how we can navigate through it effectively. Let's dive. Let's dive into what stress does to us, how it influences us emotionally and physically, and the ways we can make our journey through transitions smoother. When change happens, it disrupts our routine and forces us to adjust. Our minds and bodies often respond with stress, and this can manifest in many ways. Some of us might notice headaches or feel exhausted no matter how much rest we get. Others might experience heart palpitations, mood swings, or difficulty in concentrating. Sleepless nights become common as our thoughts race, making it hard to fall asleep. For some, stress shows us as stomach issues or neck and back pain, while others might turn to unhealthy habits like overeating or substance use. Over time, this unchecked stress, it can lead to depression or a withdrawal from intimacy and relationships. It's important to remember that these symptoms don't mean we are weak or incapable. They are simply our body's way of signaling that something is out of balance. Recognizing these signs early, it can help us take action before stress becomes overwhelming. What makes transitions particularly tricky is that they stir up a wide range of emotions. One person might see change as an exciting challenge, while another might feel anxious or even fearful. Think about a child going to school for the first time. They may feel scared being away from their parents because they are unsure of what to expect. Similarly, a woman nearing menopause, they might worry about physical symptoms like hot flashes or long-term health issues. A young man supporting his family might fear losing his job, while a teenager entering adolescence, they might feel embarrassed. They might feel embarrassed about the changes happening inside their body. These feelings are valid because they reflect the uncertainty that change often brings. Fear of the unknown, it plays a significant role here. When we don't know what is coming next, our minds tend to imagine the worst. This fear activates our body's stress response, often referred to as fight or flight. Some of us might try to tackle the problem head on, while others might avoid it altogether, hoping it will resolve itself. However, avoiding change, it rarely makes it easier. It often leads to feelings of isolation or even depression, which can impact not just us, but also those who are around us, our family members. It affects friends and it affects co-workers. Depression can creep in during transitions, especially when we feel lonely or unsupported. It can make us feel down, hopeless, and worthless. We might lose interest in things we once enjoyed or struggle to control our moods. Simple tasks like eating regularly or concentrating on work, it might be impossible. These feelings, while tough, they are not uncommon. They remind us that transitions, even positive ones, they can be emotionally taxing. So, how do we deal with these challenges? First, it's crucial to understand and accept our emotions. Each of us experiences transitions differently, and that's okay. There is is no one size fits all approach to navigating change. However, there are some common pitfalls we can try to avoid. For instance, denying that a change is happening might seem like an easy way out, but it only delays the inevitable. Similarly, ignoring what is happening around us or refusing to plan for predictable changes, it can leave us unprepared. Sometimes we fall into the trap of overreacting. We might imagine the worst case scenario and let fear take over, even when the actual change is not as daunting as it seems. Gossip or misinformation about what a change might bring can also it cloud our judgment, making it harder to focus on facts. In these moments, it's essential to do our homework, to gather accurate information and understand what is really happening. This can help us approach transitions with clarity rather than fear. Another common mistake is pretending that change will simply go away. When we ignore reality, we lose valuable time that could be spent adapting and finding solutions. Stress might lead us to withdraw from others, but this isolation only makes things harder. Instead, we need to lean on our support networks, friends, family, or colleagues who can offer guidance, encouragement, or simply they listen. Letting ourselves get overwhelmed is it also an ineffective way to cope with stress. Stress, if left unchecked, it can wear us down emotionally and physically, making it harder to think clearly or making decisions. This is why having strong social connections is so important. They remind us that we are not alone, that others have faced similar challenges and come through stronger. Transitions and changes are a part of life, that we can't avoid them. We cannot avoid those transitions, but how we respond to these transitions, it can make all the difference. Whether we embrace them, resist them, or feel overwhelmed by them, our response determines how well we navigate these moments. It's natural to feel uncertain, even anxious when faced with change. But there are strategies, there are skills that can help us move through those transitions with confidence, with strength, and even with joy. One of the best things we can do is to prepare ourselves for change. Life has a way of throwing surprises at us, but sometimes we can see the signs of a transition coming. If you pay attention and anticipate what might be on the horizon, we can start planning for that journey. Flexibility is key here. For any adaptability, for any change, we need to be flexible. The more open we are to adjustments, our thinking and behavior, the easier it becomes to adapt. For example, someone nearing retirement, he can start thinking about financial plans and hobbies ahead of time, rather than waiting for the last day of work to figure it out. Anticipation gives us a sense of control, helping us manage our fears and uncertainties. Our connections with others, it also play a huge role in how we cope with this transition. Maintaining friendships and social networks, they keep us grounded. When we are surrounded by people who care about us, it's easier to face challenges. They remind us that we are not alone. Exploring new interests or joining activities, they can also keep us from feeling stuck. For example, if we have just moved to a new city getting involved in local group or local classes which can help us feel a sense of belonging while we adjust.